Think about this. A professional sports team, one of the most storied in history, a champion in the most ruthless, billion-dollar league on Earth, shouldn't even be here. It's a complete anomaly, a relic of a bygone era, yet it thrives. It defies every rule of modern economics, every corporate strategy, every logical expectation. How? The town that refused to die for football. How does a team from a city of just 100,000 people not only compete but dominate a league filled with behemoths from sprawling metropolises? It's unthinkable. The Green Bay Packers were born in 1919, a scrappy team formed by Earl, Curly, Lambeau, working for the Indian Packing Company. But the NFL, even then, was a brutal financial landscape. Forget billion-dollar TV deals. They struggled to buy equipment. It wasn't just a tough start. It was a near-death experience, repeatedly. The Packers almost folded in 1923, and again in 1930 and 1932, saved each time by local businesses and citizens literally buying shares and raising funds to keep them afloat. Imagine a community rallying, not just with cheers, but with their wallets, to save a local institution that was, even then, more than just a game. This wasn't charity, it was a declaration. A statement that this team, this identity, was essential, and they would fight for its very existence against all odds. It wasn't about profit, it was about pride, a desperate, fundamental need to keep their heartbeat alive. This early, desperate struggle forged a bond that transcends mere fandom. It's an ownership, a stewardship, a collective fight for survival. The utterly illogical ownership model. Could you ever conceive of a professional sports team, worth billions today, owned by its fans? Not a single billionaire, not a sprawling corporate conglomerate, but tens of thousands of individuals holding symbolic stock? It sounds like a fairy tale, or perhaps a financial nightmare, designed to fail spectacularly in the cutthroat world of the NFL. Yet the Packers thrive. This community-owned structure, solidified in the 1920s and enshrined in perpetuity, is a legal and economic paradox. Each share carries no financial dividend, no appreciation in value, no actual equity in the traditional sense. It's a certificate, a badge of honor, a declaration of belonging, not an investment. How has this model, so wildly different from every other major sports franchise, not only survived but become a competitive advantage, a source of unparalleled stability and focus? While every other team owner grapples with personal wealth, ego, and the pursuit of profit, the Packers operate under a singular, unwavering mandate: the pursuit of championships for its community. It transforms every decision from a business calculation into a community imperative, stripping away the personal agendas that can cripple other organizations. Lambeau Field, not just a stadium, but a sacred ground. What makes a patch of frozen grass and concrete the most revered, almost spiritual, place in professional sports? It's not the newest, nor the biggest, but Lambeau Field. The frozen tundra stands as a monument to football itself. It's where legends were forged in sub-zero temperatures, where the ghosts of giants like Lombardi and Starr still roam the sidelines. Every year, fans embark on pilgrimages to this small-town shrine, sitting on a season ticket waiting list that stretches for decades, literally requiring generations to pass before a new name reaches the top. Imagine dedicating your entire life, and your children's lives, to the hope of one day holding season tickets. This isn't just about watching a game, it's about connecting to a legacy, touching something eternal. The current, frozen tundra, nicknamed for Lambeau Field, wasn't coined until 1967 by announcer Harry S. Cullis during the Ice Bowl, despite decades of similarly cold weather play. That single phrase, in that iconic game, crystallized the mystique of a place where grit, determination, and an almost brutal endurance became defining characteristics of a champion. It's a place where the elements are an opponent as formidable as the team across the line of scrimmage, demanding a different kind of heroism. Dynasty after dynasty, the weight of unmatched history. How does one small-town team amass so many championships, so much indelible history, that its very name conjures images of unyielding excellence across multiple eras? The Lombardi era, a near-mythical period of 5 championships in 7 years, including the first 2 Super Bowls, set an impossible standard. Then came the Favre Holmgren resurgence, breaking a 2-decade Super Bowl drought, followed by the Rodgers-McCarthy triumph. This isn't just a history, it's a relentless, almost suffocating, expectation of greatness. Each generation of Packers player isn't just playing for their contract or their personal glory. They're playing to uphold a sacred trust, to honor the giants who wore the green and gold before them. The pressure isn't just to win, it's to continue an unbroken chain of excellence that spans nearly a century. This deep well of history isn't just a source of pride, it's a crucible, testing every player, every coach, every decision against the unforgiving standard of legendary achievements. They aren't just building their own legacy, they are carrying the torch of an entire community's identity. The Cheeseheads, a fandom unlike any other. What kind of fanbase goes to such extreme lengths, dresses in such outlandish attire, and maintains such unwavering loyalty that they become an inseparable part of the team's global identity? The Cheeseheads are more than just fans, they are a movement, a phenomenon. They paint their faces, brave sub-zero temperatures, and travel thousands of miles just to be near their beloved team. This isn't a casual affair, it's a lifetime commitment, passed down from grandparent to parent to child. It's a shared identity, a cultural touchstone that unites a small city and connects it to a worldwide diaspora of dedicated followers. This fervent devotion creates an atmosphere that other teams can only dream of replicating. It's a living, breathing force that lifts the team in moments of triumph and stands unflinching in times of defeat. Their loyalty isn't purchased, it's earned through generations of shared experience, through the triumphs and heartbreaks that only true, communal ownership can foster. Every single fan feels a deep, personal stake in every play, every game, every season. The unseen costs of sacred tradition. But what is the true cost of being a sacred entity? Of carrying the weight of unparalleled history, of defying modern sports economics, of representing an entire community's heart and soul? Is there an unspoken burden in being a living monument, constantly under the microscope, forever judged against an almost unreachable past? The unique community ownership model, while a source of immense strength, also presents unique challenges. Without a single, deep-pocketed owner to absorb massive losses or inject billions at will, the team's very survival, its ability to compete in an ever-escalating financial arms race, hinges entirely on its operational success and the continued, unwavering support of its fanbase. Imagine the pressure on every financial decision, every player contract, knowing that a misstep doesn't just impact a balance sheet, but potentially the very fabric of an entire town's identity. The margin for error is razor-thin, and the consequences are existential. What happens when the weight of that history, the burden of those expectations, becomes too much to bear? The perilous price of purity. Consider the stark, almost unsettling truth: ownership of a Green Bay Packers share grants no financial return, no dividends, and cannot be traded for profit, making it arguably the most unique and financially illogical stock in the world. This isn't just quirky, it's profoundly unsettling in a world obsessed with value. It means the entire system is built on something far more fragile than money: faith. Faith in tradition, faith in community, faith in a concept that runs entirely counter to the profit-driven engine of the modern NFL. This very purity, this unyielding adherence to principle, is both their greatest strength and their most terrifying vulnerability. It's a high-wire act, balancing tradition against the relentless pull of commercialism, hoping that the collective will of a small town can forever outmaneuver the titans of industry. This makes every victory a miracle, every season a testament to enduring belief against all reason. Final answer. So, how do they do it? How does this improbable team, from this unlikely town, not only survive but thrive as a perennial powerhouse? The Green Bay Packers are more than a football team, they are a living, breathing testament to the power of community, an embodiment of relentless pride, and an unshakable belief in something far greater than individual ambition. They are the ultimate anomaly, proving that in a world driven by profit and power, an entire organization can be fueled by the pure, unadulterated passion of its people. They are a relic that somehow manages to lead, a small town heart beating in the chest of a global giant, a sacred trust upheld by generations. They are the answer to the question, what happens when a community's soul intertwines so deeply with a sports team that they become one inseparable entity? But what happens when the world finally catches up?